Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Valentina Chrissy, and if you are new on this channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continuous support. You are highly appreciated. I create content in motherhood, personal improvement, vlogs, and lifestyle. And if that is your interest, please do consider subscribing on this channel, and please do like this video so that YouTube can push my video to get more views. On this video, I'll be talking about motherhood, my life as a new mom from the beginning until now. My baby will be turning 4 months in a few days, so yeah, it's been a journey. So right after we left hospital, I gave birth in June. We left hospital on the following day after I gave birth. So I was discharged in the morning, came back home. All I wanted was to rest after a long 9 months and pushing. I just wanted to rest, and I had not planned to go to like any of my family or to go at home for that first 3 months or first 6 weeks. So in like black culture, that if you're a new mom, like especially a first time mom, you have to go and stay with your in-laws or stay with your family or whoever. So for me, I just wanted to come back in my own space. And also I and my fiance, we had decided that we want to be both present for our baby from birth. Yeah, so we wanted to fill that first stage of the newborn and be parents of course. So there was not a plan. However, also we stay in one bedroom, so it was not possible for us to have someone who come and help us. So yeah, no one came, but one of our sisters did offer to come, but unfortunately we didn't have a space to accommodate her. So yeah, the first 3 days I was fully breastfeeding. However, I really struggled with milk. So they put my baby on my like breast when she was born, and milk was not coming out. It was only like watery that was coming out. However, they say that has to come out in order for the milk to be produced. So for the first 3 days, I was putting my baby on my breast and she kept on sucking. And I remember she used to suck for a good 2 hours. Yeah, and then after it, I noticed something with her, that her eyes started to be yellow, which was a jaundice. And on our 3rd day, because we were discharged I gave birth on Saturday, we were discharged on Sunday. Yeah, and then on Wednesday or Thursday, we had to go for a 3-day checkup at the clinic. So yeah, she had jaundice, so I had to go to the hospital at that time. And when I got to the hospital, she was admitted, and they did put her on that blue light to heal the jaundice. So we had to stay in the hospital for 2 nights, which was horrible. I really don't like NICU, guys. The experience there is not so good. There's a lot of babies are crying. My baby was crying a lot, like she was screaming, and they'll be like, no, leave her, like she's gonna be fine. And when your baby is treated for a jaundice, you don't have to take her unless if you're changing her or feeding her. So I was still not producing milk, and in the first 3 days I was drinking like warm water, I was drinking tea, I was eating like a soft porridge, but milk was still not there. And when I got to the hospital, they were like, girl, you need to express, and they wanted about 67 milliliters for the baby every 3 hours. Guys, I couldn't even produce up to like 30 milliliters. I remember at first that I was able to produce like 20, it would be like 20, 10, 25, but I couldn't produce what they wanted. On the day where we were admitted, on the 3rd feed, they gave her a formula because I was not producing the milk. And guys, I did tell them, I can't produce milk. I'm trying to express, but it's not coming out. And the fact that like there's nothing that you can drink in the hospital. When they bring tea, it's already cold, the water is already cold. So yeah, it was just hell. it was hell. And that experience for me, it was really not good, shame. And it's also with the fact that they thought maybe I was joking when I say I can't produce milk, like it's not there. So yeah, they ended up saying, okay, fine, let's give her a formula. They gave my baby a formula. So we stayed in the hospital for 2 nights, and then after that we were discharged, and then we came back home, and we went on Monday to check. The baby didn't have jaundice anymore, so which was fine. So the reason why baby had jaundice is because she didn't get enough fluid, meaning she didn't get enough feed or milk for the first like 48 hours of life. So she was just sucking that water, milk was not coming out, and I was very stressed, I'm not gonna lie. So when we were discharged, I told my fiance that, you know what, I gonna put this baby on formula because I don't know, one, I'm stressed, two, I don't know when will I be able to produce enough milk. So we went to this camp, we bought the small the small tin of like formula, and trust me, when we got home, baby, we made her milk, baby was fine. From that day, I was a happy mother, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, after that, it was time to be a mom. So the first few days I was in hospital, and yeah, trying to recover. Another thing, I had stitches, so I did tear when I gave birth, so I had stitches. I was in hospital trying to heal. It was not easy. I can't treat myself. So when I came back, and now I need to like be a mother fully. One, I need to make sure that the milk is coming, right? So after a few days, as I gave my baby a formula, milk started coming out slowly but surely. However, I still couldn't produce enough milk. Whenever I was pumping, I'll pump like maybe 50 milliliters, and my baby was big, so the scale of her milk for the first 2 weeks, it's you're supposed to give your baby like 60 milliliters of milk every 3 hours. But because she was big and she was taking a lot of milk, I had to increase that to 90. So yeah, and I'll pump, shame, I'll try to pump, it still doesn't come out. Even today, I haven't had like a very good experience. And yeah, but however, as the time goes by, the milk started coming out to a point that now the milk does leak. However, when I try to pump, it still doesn't come out as like other moms. I've seen like other moms where they pump, you find it in 20 minutes they'll be able to get like 150 milliliters. For me, I think the highest amount of milk that I've been able to pump was 80 per session, and you find that that is like I would have to pump for like an hour to get that. So it was not as like, it hasn't been an easy journey for me, but now milk does come out. I do leak all the time, and baby take my breast, especially at night and whenever that she wants it. But most of the time she's on formula, and we decided to be on formula. And I really did feel guilty for not being able, or sad, let me say, for not being able to give my baby like breast milk full, to be exclusively breastfeeding. I did feel guilty about that. But at the end of the day, I really did understand that my body is different and there's nothing I can do. And the most important thing is a fed baby. I believe that a fed baby is a happy baby. And my baby has been doing very well on formula and breastfeeding at the same time. And the problem is, with society, it's the expectation. Breast milk is good, I'm not gonna lie, for your baby, and the expectation of you have to breastfeed, and that is good for your baby, and you find that you are struggling. And a lot of mommies, I always see on TikTok that mommy saying, I don't like to breastfeed. Mommy saying, I have like low milk supply and I can't produce milk as I want. And that guilty, and knowing that, okay, you can't give your child what you're supposed to give based on society. Yes, guys, I'm not gonna lie, breast milk is the best, especially if you're exclusively breastfeeding for the first, at least for the first 6 months. It's good, but if you can't, you can't, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. And I really did feel guilty, I did feel bad. And with the fact that everybody was asking me, oh, so are you breastfeeding? I'm like, no, I'm doing both. I'm like, no, but you can't do both. It's not good for your baby, blah, 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 blah. It's like a lot, and it makes you doubt yourself a lot as a mom. And yeah, so as I said, came back. So the first 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard trying to adjust to be a mom, trying to heal. I had stitches. I was not feeling like myself. My body, when I looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, what the heck? My tummy was all over, my body was all over, my emotions were all over. I remember that I used to cry a lot. When you are a new mom, you get a lot of calls, and with the fact that I was just in the house with my fiance, we are trying to be parents, new parents, of course, and you get a lot of advisors. So everyone who calls, everyone who comes in the house, and like they're like, okay, did you do this? You should do this, you should do that. And it's like no one asks you what kind of a mom you want to be, how are you doing, and yeah, what is your plan in this motherhood? What do you see? How do you see yourself as a mom? All those things. And it's about what can you do, what you should do, what is it that you're not doing right for your baby. And yeah, and I feel like when it comes to that, I'm not gonna lie, we got a lot of support from our families. And yeah, but sometimes it's like a matter of I think it was a matter of, I just gave birth and I am a new mom. Yes, I don't know everything, but give me a chance to learn, give me a chance to be a mom. And it's when you're a new mom, guys, it's all about the baby. When when you talk to someone, it's all about, oh, what is it that you're doing to a baby? How's your baby? How your baby should be, how you should parent your baby. And it's less of how are you as a mom. I feel like that is very important. If you're watching this video and you have a friend, you have a sister, you have a whoever who's expecting or who just got a baby, when you're a new mom, you're very fragile, I'm not gonna lie, because you are trying to adjust with being a mom, and there's this person who wants all your attention that you are not used to, that you need to take care of. And with the facts that you don't know, yes, you don't know, but it's not like you're gonna hurt your baby, and you are in a position of learning. I always say to my fiance when I explain this thing of a new mom is that it's like you are in a new job. When you're in a new job, you don't know anything about the company, and the first thing that they give you is a training. When you get into a training, everybody is teaching you how to do the job, how to type an email, how to respond in a call. You find that it's not everything is gonna work for you on that. So after you've learned, meaning after you collected all these advices as a new mom, example as in a job, after you've learned, you try to simplify things for yourself. You try to see that, oh, okay, but the wording of this email is really not good, let me try in my own way. And what you do, how you simplify things is what will work for you. So that is how I explain life as a new mom, that you learn. And with the fact that the baby is yours and it's yours, right? You are with this baby 24/7. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, unsolicited advisors, you get a lot of them, and it's a lot. And to a point that I got overwhelmed. For the first 2 weeks, I was overwhelmed, I'm not gonna lie, overwhelmed with calls, overwhelmed with what I should do or what is expected for me to do. I'm expected to breastfeed, I'm expected to try and take the milk, try to have that milk, even if I can't, you understand. I'm expected to perfect the motherhood or to be a mom, and I'm expected to protect this baby. And it was a lot. And I I told my partner that I think I'm overwhelmed, and or I said I think I'm depressed. And he was like, no, you are not depressed. You are just overwhelmed with all the information that you are getting. And we came to an agreement that, okay, fine, let us simplify it in our own way. How do we want to be parents? And trust me, in the 2 weeks of me healing and trying to maneuver this motherhood thing, it was lots. And after that, my fiance had to go back to work. I was like, you know what, Bali, just silence the noise. Silence the noise of like what is expected of you and what everybody is telling you, and just do this thing of motherhood. You learn. Yes, if you find that, okay, there's something that you don't understand, you can always reach out. Like, there's family members, you can always reach out, but silence the noise of everybody who's not there with you to to raise your baby. And also, when people give you advice, they give you advice based on what they project with themselves. Like, what would I do in this situation? What have I done? What has worked for me? And the thing about motherhood is that it doesn't have a formula. It doesn't have a formula. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's child is different. And I feel like that is one thing that I had to learn. So after 2 weeks, I got better. I started, because I was eating a lot, guys. Even today I eat a lot. And yeah, and that is because of my body producing milk, and I really get hungry a lot. So yeah, after I was eating a lot, I started to feel like myself, and I started to feel like Umbali, and I just focused on my journey. Those sleepless nights, there were days where the baby will cry before she sleeps, waking up every 2-3 hours. And you just have to be present and to be there for your baby. And one thing that I struggled with was I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. I remember that on the first day of her life, we're in hospital and everybody was sleeping except me. Coming back home, I could not sleep. I would hear like everything because I couldn't sleep. And after 2 weeks, that is where I got my first like 2-3 hours nap, 2-3 hours nap. And I feel like from then my sleeping routine has not been better. And yeah, but I'm really trying to be, because now the baby can sleep. Baby can sleep now at night, and you find it on some days I can sleep, on the other days I cannot sleep. And yeah, and this feeling of you want to protect your baby all the time, you want to check up on your baby all the time, which is a good thing, but also it can be like a really bad thing. So yeah, that is my experience. So after 2 weeks, as I said, I started focusing on my journey and started learning myself and trying to figure out myself as a mom and trying to understand the baby. Because one thing, a baby will tell you what they want. A baby will tell you what they want, and there's motherly instinct. You always know when there's something wrong, and you can always reach out for help. That is what I've learned. And I am grateful for my fiance's support. I'm not gonna lie, like, that man has supported me through and through. And on days where I feel exhausted, he will take the baby and like say rest. Especially on weekends when he's not working, he'll be like rest, or he will take the baby and go out with her and allow me to rest and allow me to be like on my phone if I want to be on my phone, if I can't sleep. And yeah, and also days are really not the same, and it gets better. When they say after 3 months it gets better, that is true. I'm not gonna lie, it gets better. It's a stepping, I feel like as a mom, it's like a stepping stone you learn things day by day, and you learn your baby as you grow. You both grow, and you both get to understand each other, because remember that a baby is trying to find out that what the heck is going on. Yeah, and you are also trying to find out what is this motherhood thing. And the thing is that you are not talking about it like a lot. I always express my feelings to my fiance, and I'll say that I feel like one, as women, we are not supporting each other as we are supposed to do. It's always about, as I said, what do you do right, what do you do wrong, what do I do with my child? And no, you are not supposed to do that. And I feel like it should be just more than that. Like, as women, motherhood is not easy, and I feel like we should be, one, you should be patient with yourself, and also people around you should be patient with you and understand that you are learning, and understand that babies are not the same. The thing is that I found a community on TikTok. One thing about TikTok is that they talk about everything, like in anything. The day, because I was not using TikTok when I was pregnant, it was a lot for me, so I stopped using it. And then after that first 2 weeks, I started going back on TikTok, and I started realizing that, oh, okay, actually what I'm going through, a lot of mommies are going through that. And it's okay. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to hate being a mother. It doesn't mean that you don't like your child. It's okay to be exhausted. It's okay to want someone to take your child for that 1 hour, 2 hours. And it's okay to take care of yourself, because one thing about motherhood is that your mental health is very, very important, and you need to take care of yourself. That is why you need to silence the noise of everybody who doesn't raise your child, who's not there with you raising your child. So silencing that noise is you helping yourself to be mentally stable, to take care of the child. And you need that. You need to take care of yourself. If it means going to do your hair, just do that. If it means buying clothes for yourself or pampering yourself, going to a spa, you need that as a new mom. If it means that you want to eat certain things, it means that. Just do it, right? And yeah, I really found TikTok, I found relatable people on TikTok, relatable mothers who are able to express themselves on how they feel about motherhood, which is okay, because you know, in the society, it's like you can't complain, because if you complain, no, that is wrong. You can't say certain things about how you feel, which I think it's not good. As for me, I now have a different perspective of motherhood. I understand a lot of things. I understand how my parents were feeling. I understand how they raised me. I understand that they did the best that they could. I understand the next mother who, let's say, who can't do it. I understand the mother who's tired, because it's okay to feel like that. Motherhood is a lot. Being a parent is a lot. And another thing is parenting style. I and my fiance, we are raising our baby, and in the early days of her life, yes, there are a lot of expectations, and with the fact that you are coming from different tribes, different places, he has seen babies being raised around him. Had babies are being raised around me. My brother was born when I was 21. He's 6 years old now, and so I was fully present in his life for the first 6 months of his life. So I knew certain things about raising a baby as well as him. There are certain things that are being done, certain things that are not being done, and coming together to be parents from different tribes, from different places. It was really tricky at first, because it's like, oh no, this is how I know it's done, and I can as well, and this is and we had to sit down and be like, okay, I understand that this is what you know, this is what you've seen, And same as me, I'm like, okay, then what do we want for ourselves? How do we want to raise this baby? Because this baby is ours and we are the one who have to make decisions for this baby. So yeah, we came to that agreement on doing things that we want for the baby, and setting boundaries and doing it the way we want to. So from then, like, we've been simplifying parenting, and it hasn't been as difficult as it should be, right? Yeah, and we are learning as we grow. We are learning the baby, we are learning each other, learning how to be parents and enjoying it and being in the present. Yeah, and also understand, like, also talking about how, what kind of parents do we want to with our baby. Yeah. And another thing is family planning. Family planning is, I feel like it's very important. I really looked down at it before, because I thought, babies are babies. Baby will grow irregardless. And now I discovered a lot of things about myself, and a lot of things that maybe I didn't even think about before I had a baby. And I realized that the importance of planning your family. How many kids do you want to have? And yes, sometimes you cannot control that. Yeah, but discussing about it, how many kids do you want to have? One thing is that a child will grow regardless of the environment, regardless of what you're providing for them. But what I've realized is that there's more than just a child growing. There's more to consider when you're having a child, and there's more to consider when you're a parent. There's more to consider with, like, life generally. So now I understand parenthood differently. Like, I understand the importance of family planning, and also a baby shouldn't stop you from dreaming and from doing things that you love. One thing that I've been telling my fiance was how much I would like to travel, and that I would like us to travel every year, to go somewhere every year. I discovered that about myself. I discovered that I actually want to learn, like, how to do, like, a proper makeup on myself, and how I want to change my dressing style, and what kind of a mother I want to be, how I want to look as a mom now. And those things are very important. Where do we want to stay? What do we want to provide for our kids? And remember, you always want the best for your child. I always say, where I grew up is completely different from where my child or how my child will grow. And we were talking about that, and he was like, you know what, I know that you want the best for her, but trust me, what you're giving her, or what we are giving her, is already the best. The school that you went to is not the school that your child is gonna go. It's like 10 times or 20 times, and which is good for her, and all those things. And I had this idea of, I want to be a housewife, which is fine. I think I would still like to be a housewife, but now my working mode is more activated. Trust me, I just want to work. I want to provide for my baby. I want us to be well for my home, and I just want to be a corporate girl. I want to have life of my own as a mom, and as a fiance, and as a homemaker. I think I want more. Motherhood has activated a lot for me, and in a good way. I feel like I discovered a lot about myself that I didn't even think that, oh, okay, girl, these are your interests. So yeah. And working on my mental health. Baby is doing very well. She's growing. She has a very beautiful character that we love to see, that we laugh about every day, that we enjoy. And she She knows mom, she knows dad, she knows like baby kids when they are taking her. She knows how to differentiate people, and yeah, and she laughs a lot, and that is good to see. I'm not gonna lie. Parenthood and motherhood is one of them, I think, a wholesome thing that God has given me, has given us, and it's nice. And how we are growing as parents as well, it's good to see. Like, we're always shocked that every day it's a learning curve where we learn. This is a journey, this is our journey, and the most important thing is to do it. Just do it in your own way, and set boundaries for yourself, and be able to say, this is not what I want for my baby, this is what I want for my baby. And trust me, people who love you will always respect your boundaries, will always respect your decisions about your baby, and trust me, they will always be the best decisions that you make. And to fully immerse yourself into it, I think that is the most important thing. I always say that as difficult as the first days, the first few weeks, first month it was, I've learned a lot, and I've grown as Umbali, I've grown as a mom. And those moments where I felt tired, I felt like, oh God, this is difficult, I didn't know how much I was growing on those things. So yeah, motherhood is great. What would I say to a new mom is, take it easy and silence the noise, and you will get a lot of advices as a mom. But what is most important is what you want for yourself and for your baby, and prepare yourself mentally. And a baby wants you to be mentally stable, like or else you lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, it's really not good for the baby. And there's many times they are like, whew, when I had to breathe in and breathe out and be like, just get up and do it. And it's not easy, but it gets better. And I'm not gonna lie, I love being a mom, I love being my baby's mom. And yeah, and I don't know if it was for me, if I was a very social person, I was gonna create a mommy club, something, because I feel like especially as a new mom, you need a community that understands you. You need friends that understand you. You need to surround yourself with people who will support you and assure you every single time, and assure you all the time that you are doing great. That is what you want. And yeah, and it gets better with time. And yeah, as well as I started therapy, and first session has helped me a lot, and I'll be doing more few sessions. And the reason why is because I want to be mentally stable, and there are certain things that you cannot share with everybody. And also sometimes, when you share something with people, it's like the first thing is advice, guys. Oh my goodness. Woo. The first thing is like, oh, you know what, you're not doing it. I don't want that. So therapy for me, I think it's really helping me with expressing how I feel, with finding out about, let's say, traumas that I have or heard, and how are those things affecting my current life. It's very important, and I recommend, especially as a mom, because you go through a lot, and you find that you don't get a postpartum depression at first, and as you grow and in the environment and everything that is happening as a new mom, it's a lot. And you find that you become like you become not yourself because of what is happening. So it's very important. And the changes, guys, the changes are not they are not nice. You change of your body. I didn't have a stretch marks, and on my third trimester I started having stretch marks. All those things, it's things that you need to be able to express about yourself, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, are you gonna work on them or what. So yeah, I feel like therapy is gonna help me on that, and I'm really looking forward to the next sessions. And it's not easy, but it's all about expressing yourself and talking to someone who will want to listen to you, and you saying whatever that you feel. I think it's very, very important. And I'll be going back to work soon. And how I feel about that, at first, oh my god, when the baby was about 2 months 1 month, I was going through the most, and I used to have a lot of whatever that was happening in my mind. I don't know, I used to think, I was overthinking everything. Whether my baby will be fine, whether I'm doing right, whether it was a lot. And to a point that I felt like I was not ready for her to be taken care by someone else, or to let her go to the nursery, or to get a nanny, whether to get a nanny or to get a nursery for her. It was a lot. And yeah, and I went through those emotions, but now I can say that I'm fine, and I know that everything that I will do and that we do as her parents, they are the best for her. We are doing them for her, and there's a lot of sacrifices that we have to do for her in order for her to have a good well-being, for her to have things that she wants. And one thing about a baby, I'll talk about it on my next video, a baby is expensive based on what you want for your baby. So I've realized that it's very important to work. It's very important to have an income, and to give your baby the best that you can give them. I'll talk about that. And yeah, and at first, I think the young me, or before I fell pregnant, I used to think, yes, the baby will survive with whatever that you have, but that is not the case. You want the best for your baby. At least I want the best for baby, and I feel like it's my responsibility to provide for that. And as a mom, remember, we brought this baby here on this earth. Akacelanga ukuthi ezelana, but so we brought her in this earth, so we need to provide, and we need to do the best that we can. And also to not raise your baby the same way you were raised. I think that is very, very important. Yes, you can take certain things that parents were doing and implement in your life or in your baby, but at the same time, it's very important to have your own things. Like, what do you want for your baby? Yes, your mom wanted certain things for you, but are those things good for your baby? So I feel like that is very, very important. Yeah, guys, I know this video is all over, but it's just a venting moment for me, talking about my motherhood journey and how it is. And yeah, I'll make another video about being a mother, because I'm sure I didn't cover everything. Yeah, but that is all for now. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and please do like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me how was it being a new mom, and yeah, how is your journey. So that is all for this video. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye for now.